there's the red button again. So nerve-wracking when I see the red button. And I'm like, there's no turning back now. You're on camera. Okay, so since I'm on camera and it says that I'm live, I want to let you know that it is my intention today to show you a couple of ideas for immune boosting and also something delicious so that we have everything. Ginger root, turmeric root, so powerful. Ginger, please look this up yourself so I don't have to tell you everything like I'm a specialist. I do know, but I don't want to get in trouble. So cleansing, so immune boosting, turmeric, anti-inflammatory, magical root. These two together, incredible. So you may know of turmeric as a spice, but you can also buy the root. They sell the root, even at Safeway they sell the root. I get the root at Whole Foods. I'm going to juice it for you, and I want to let you know that you probably get it delivered at this point. I hate to big up the whole Amazon. I want to say at this time, for our safety, one of the good things is you could probably get this delivered to your house. When everything went crazy, I got a big thing of ginger from Costco. And so what I've been doing as an interesting immune boosting thing is juicing this. But if you don't have a juicer, you can boil it and make a tea out of it. And this is another way to just take care of your gut and to help boost your whole ability for your whole body to be as the best it can be. Because really right now we have to be the best we can be and as strong as we can be, right? So turmeric, if you cut it on your counter, this is like a really light colored one, but it will stain your nails and your hands and your counter. So be careful. Scott Anderson is watching. Hi. Wow, you're watching a cooking show at 8 o'clock at night. What's happening? Hi, Scott. So we're going to juice these, and then I am blessed. I have a lemon tree in my backyard. If you don't have a lemon tree in your backyard, order it. Get it delivered. But I happen to have a lot of Meyer lemons, which these are probably some of the last ones, and we picked them today. So I'm going to juice this before we get into the recipe, and with some lemons, and throw that in a mason jar. Who else is watching? Love this outfit. Thanks, babe. Can I just show it off a little bit? It's an oldie, but it's a goodie, you know? And this is one of my vintage aprons, and here's an opportunity for me to wear all my vintage aprons. Like they were just sitting in the closet like, oh, I'm gonna do a photo shoot. No time for that. So, been thinking about all the things that can do to be as healthy as possible in the case that I come in contact with the corona. And so this is just one of the things. Right now, also on the stove, I am sorry for all the vegans out there, but I'm boiling a chicken. That's right. And I put bay leaves, I put garlic, onions, celery, carrots into the pot, and just making a really good broth for a wholesome soup tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out how can I make something that will last a couple days, and how can I shop so that we don't have to go to the store for a few days. So you guys thinking about this? Servy's watching. Hi, sweethearts. Do you want to make chicken soup? Oh no, you don't make chicken soup. You're vegan. Okay. But you can still make vegetable soup and boil up all these vegetables. I had my dearest mother-in-law tell me about how you can save the odds and ends from all your vegetables, the onion skins, the garlic skins, the ends of carrots, the ends of celery, the ends of onions, anything that you would usually throw away, put it in a Ziploc bag, a freezer bag, thank you Karen Domhoff, and keep it in your freezer, and it gets full of all the odds and ends. And you can just boil that and simmer that and then have that broth. Anything that's got, garlic and onions that's been simmering with other vegetables, whatever vegetables they are, you were going to throw out these things. That's going to be another immune boosting thing to get your body ready to fight this thing, right? Because you never know at this point. you never know. We're starting to get some updates that people that we know's friends of friends got it. And so now it's starting to get close to home. I don't know if you guys are experiencing this, but as soon as it starts to touch people that you know, it becomes more real, and you start thinking, what can I do to be as strong as possible? And so we're going to juice this. And if you don't have a juicer, here's an idea. Here's an idea. Hi, Jean. How are you? How are you and the kids? Are you guys getting bored? I've heard from my kids bored more than a dozen times per hour. I'm bored. And I think, good. I'm glad you're bored. I'm glad you can know about boredom. If you don't have a juicer, you can boil this. Just boil the ginger and make a ginger tea. You can boil the turmeric, boil them together. Last night we made something really tasty. It was like a golden milk with oat milk. I just heated up the oat milk with cinnamon and with honey, so it was really sweet and delicious, and then poured some of this turmeric ginger in at the last minute and made a really awesome, what do we call that, golden milk, which is an ancient Ayurvedic tradition, and I'm sure you guys have probably seen it around, but it is really a good thing to have right about now. So I'm going to juice that, and then we're going to make the beginnings of a spelt flour. Actually, I'm kind of low on spelt, so it's going to be a mixture of flours. Spelt, which is hard to find right now. Cinnamon roll, a yeasted cinnamon roll. And so who else is watching? Hi, Kristen. I need some of those eggs from Fairfax. And so I'm lucky enough to have a cold press juicer. So this will stay in the fridge for a couple of days. Can you see me over here? Hi. Okay. God, is there ever a time that I don't have something to say? Holy smokes, it might be one of those times. I just decided today, it doesn't matter if I have something prepared, or that it's 8 o'clock at night, but just put the face on and be ready to go no matter what. It doesn't even matter if it's polished or if it's finished. It's just about putting the information out there. And actually, if you were going to put this in hot water, you would not add the lemon. It would just be ginger and turmeric, and you just keep it like that to make the golden milk. I'm adding the lemon because I'm going to make little shots of it. And we like to shoot it throughout the day. Shooters. You like shooters? And then store it in the fridge, and it's going to last for a couple days. I think I have a mason jar. Magical assistant, where's my mason jar? Oh, whoa. It's all the way up here. Climb up here right now on camera. Okay. So there's that. Our super immune boosting, a super immune boosting beverage to make tea out of. Jenna is watching, really? Oh man. Hi Jenna. That makes me so happy to see who's watching. That changes everything when I see who's watching. Oh my gosh, my heart. And then I feel nervous kind of because you guys are watching. All right, let me get to the recipe. The recipe is all about making your yeast come to life. And now this is bread baking time. I really want to do, hi Jenna. I didn't realize this was live. Me neither. I don't know. How are you guys doing over there in upstate New York? Are you in upstate New York? You're in upstate New York. You put me on the spot. I know. Okay, so let's get back to the recipe. Yeast, how to make it rise. How to know when the water is too hot and it's going to kill your yeast, or when the water is too cold and it's not going to rise. Well, this recipe, instead of using water and bringing our yeast to life, it's a little bit different for this dough because this is a cinnamon roll dough, and we're going to make it with almond milk, or actually I have oat milk, or you could use any kind of milk. Rice milk might be funky, but you could try it. It's worth a try. And I'm doubling the recipe, so I'm using 1 cup Ideally, you would do, for a single recipe, you'd do a half a cup of whatever kind of milk in Connecticut. Okay, you're in Connecticut, not upstate New York. Oh, sorry that I even forgot that. How could I forget that? Okay, so this is a little over 1 cup. 1 cup and 4 tablespoons of water. And we're going to heat this up to 110, which is just above body temperature. And then we'll add the yeast with a little sugar for it to eat. And I want to show us what to eat. Okay, I will. All right. We need 4 tablespoons of water. You go to my head and you linger like a haunting refrain. That's 5. And I find you spinning round in my brain like the bubbles in a glass of champagne. That's one of my favorite lyrics of all time. I just felt like whatever song comes to my mind, I'm going to sing it. It's like some Radio Jeopardy going on in here. All right, I'm going to heat this up. Can we pan over to the stove? Over to the stove, because this is really a sexy stove. My magical assistant is working hard to catch all of this. Okay, so this is heating up. You're going to watch it, because you don't want to heat it too hot. Too hot, baby. Don't heat your milk up till it's too hot, baby. Okay, so part of this is that I'm getting a little goofy because it's 8 o'clock at night and I've been trying to film this all day, and I don't know about you, but we're all just sort of nervous, it seems, about whether we're going to get unemployment. Are you thinking about that? You love my magical assistant? I know, I love him too. Cheers to the magical assistant. All right. But while we're here focusing on our health and wellness and what we can do to be the most of the most, I'm not going to talk about those things as much as I can. Cocktail me too. I know, right? I know, I'm trying to stay healthy, but my motto is detox to retox. So in the possibility of being as healthy as possible, but we're also cooped up in our house, there's been a lot of libations going on. Can I hear from you guys? Have you guys been having a lot of drinking at home? Let's be honest. I mean, you're with your kids all the time. I mean, you love your kids. I love my kids. We love our kids. Have you ever been with your kids this much? I'm on day 9. Is it day 10? I'm not sure. I mean, they don't go to school, so it's fine. It's good. It's great. And yes, that's what she says. Oh, Scott wants to tell you that your hands are in the shot. Your hands are in the shot. Okay. So it's getting hot. It's definitely above. I washed my hands before I did this, just in case you're all wondering. I know what you're thinking. She touched it. I touched it. But it's my hands. So there's no Corona here. There's no Corona here. I'm drinking an IPA myself. But what are you drinking? Brut Rosé, baby. I know. I want the pink champagne, but it's just not in the budget right now. Can you send me some pink champagne? Can you Venmo me some pink champagne? All right, so here's our oat milk plus hot water. So for a recipe, it would be 1/2 cup. Oh, pan. It would be 1/2 cup almond milk, 2 tablespoons water. It is a double recipe because it's cinnamon rolls. Let's double it. And so 1 cup of almond milk or oat milk or rice milk or soy milk or cashew milk or any kind of milk or hemp milk, whatever milk, and 2 tablespoons. So this is doubled, 1 cup, 4 tablespoons, which is coming up to about 1 1/3. So I'm going to pour this in here. And it looks a little bit too hot. I'll wash these. Oh, what's in there? What's in here? There's some floaters in here. Okay. Yeast loves to eat sugar. Oh, you have me half cut off. Julie's watching. What? I can't eat cinnamon rolls. I'll never get skinny. Oh, Jenna. Okay, first of all, being skinny is so many different things. There's so many different things involved in that. I mean, it's about how much you eat, when you eat, what you eat, you know, all of these things. Do you move around after you eat? I mean, do you eat your biggest meal at 10 o'clock at the night while watching your favorite show and then you just fall asleep afterwards? I mean, those are the questions. When do you eat your biggest meal? Okay, so yeast loves sugar, and this is coconut sugar, and it feels a little warm. It feels a little bit above body temperature, so I'm going to let it chill for a minute. How much coconut sugar does it need in here to live? 2 tablespoons to get the yeast happy. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons. And then this recipe that I made this recipe several times before, and I love this recipe. It tells me to put the oil in the milk. Have you ever heard of a yeasted dough recipe where you put the yeast and the oil same time? It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense, so I'm a rebel. I'm just not going to do it. But I do need melted coconut oil. I need 2 tablespoons melted coconut oil. Is supposed to go in with the milk, but we're going to double that. 4 tablespoons coconut oil. So, to my magical assistant, thank God I got a magical assistant, in this fantastic giant tub of coconut oil, thank you Costco, we're going to do 4 tablespoons of this coconut oil. But I'm going to break the rules as I usually do, and instead of putting the coconut oil in with the milk, which that's what it says, I'm not doing it. I don't eat, I just drink chocolate milk. Oh my God. Shanna, you're still drinking chocolate milk? And sandwiches? Oh man, I love you. Some of the funniest things about us are the best things about us. Best things about us. Okay, so this is going, in a regular recipe would be 1 packet of yeast, which is probably around a tablespoon if you had well, it'll tell you, approximately 2 1/4 teaspoon equals 1/4 ounce packet. Okay, 1/4 ounce packet equals the activity of 1 2-ounce yeast cake. That's confusing. That is confusing. Okay, usually you can get these packets anywhere, in any grocery store. I also have a big jar of Fleischmann's yeast, and some of you have different kinds of yeast. And this recipe is measured out by packets, so I don't really know exactly how much is in this packet. I don't know how much is in this packet. Oh, 7 grams. 7 grams. Okay, 7 grams for 1 recipe. I'm going to do 7 grams times 2. Oh my God, Jenna, are you still watching? Please tell me. I have something to show you. My magical assistant just brought me something. Jenna, are you still there? Okay, you're still there. Okay, I have to show you this. I'm pausing the recipe. Well, I'm going to put the yeast in while it's bubbling. I'm going to tell you that I was going through pictures the other night, you know, from the 90s and living in New York City and our crazy life. And I came across some pictures that I've showed you before, and I didn't know where they were, and then I found them again. Actually, they were at my mom's house, and she gave them to me. So I'm going to show you while this is rising. The yeast is in here with the warm water, 110 degrees, just above your body temperature. You don't want it too hot. It will kill the yeast. So always touch it with your finger. Make sure it's warm, not hot. The yeast is in there with a little bit of sugar, and it's starting to come to life and do its magic. And then we're going to add the oil that we were supposed to add before, and the flour. So let me turn the oil off because it's cooking. I want that. Try not to heat your oil too much. Okay, so for Jenna Kraus, who's watching, okay, yes, I'm going to show you this picture. You're going to freak out. I wasn't even planning to do this. This is why I love live. Jenna, look at this picture that I found. I think this is like 1993 or 1992. Do you see yourself in here? That's you, baby. Look at that. Do you see that? And Marlon, and Shannon Hoon, and Mr. Roger Stevens, and Christopher. I'm going to mail this to you. I don't know if you can see it right now. I can see it. Can you believe I came across this the other night and I just thought of you, and then here you are? Isn't this cute? I have another one for you. Go closer. This is 93 or something, 92, 93. Okay, I have another one. I know this is totally sidebarring from my cooking show, but I saw that you were on here. I just had to show you this. God rest his soul. Here's you and me and Shannon in the kitchen, and you're laughing. Isn't that cute? I love it. I'm gonna mail these to you. Anyway, that's what going live is. Love it. I know, right? All right, so look what's happening to our yeast. It's starting to bubble up. It's starting to come to life and let us know that it's working. It's working! So while it's working, and we have our oil here, and I know that I need 4 tablespoons of oil because this is doubling the recipe. And, okay, I don't have to mail them. All right, I'll take a screenshot. Why did I take a screenshot? And I'll text them to you. Okay. I know, who even uses the mail anymore? While we're waiting to put the oil in here, this is so messy, I am going to measure out the flour. So what I usually use is 100% spelt flour. Spelt is from the wheat family, so it is not okay for celiacs. It does contain gluten. I tend to love it because it's softer and the way that it digests is a little bit different than wheat, and I find it to be also really tasty, but you have to work with it in a certain way because the gluten is very soft. And I couldn't find very much today, so I'm gonna have to modify this recipe. I only have a cup and I need 5 cups. So we're gonna end up going with whole wheat because you gotta use what you have. All right, use what you have, ladies and gentlemen. And thankfully at this point in my life, seems to be that my culinary education is somehow important. I don't know. Because I can look in the cabinet and figure out what I can make with whatever we have in case we don't want to go to the store. And so for the flour, it's going to be 5.5 to 6 cups. And it looks like, and it would be all spelt, but I don't have all spelt. So this is going to be partially Magical Assistant. Thank you so much. Whole wheat. Just take a picture of them. I will. This is whole wheat. You know, I have like all these dietary rules in my life, and I'm glad I followed them for a long time, but I've been kind of, you know, breaking them a little bit recently. Just because, you know, things are turned upside down. So that's 2 cups. Count with me here before I lose it. Usually I wouldn't measure like this, but I'm 2 beers in. 3 cups. And usually you would scoop and level. 3 cups. Scoop and level, scoop and level. 3 cups. 4 cups. 5 cups. Oh, baby. I'm going to call that 5.5 cups. Ooh, baby, that's what I like. 5.5 cups. And this yeast is looking like, I wish I could show you what this looks like. It looks foamy. It looks foamy and it's bubbly and it's doing its thing. The yeast is eating the sugar and coming to life, and it smells funky. It smells like feet. I mean, not my feet. But so then this is ready to go. We are supposed to have the oil in this mixture already. But I'm going to do it now, I think, now that I know the yeast is alive. It's always good to check and see. I mean, depending on how long your yeast has been sitting, and to check and see if it's good before you add the flour, before you add everything. And I can tell as this keeps moving and gets more and more foamy that it's going to be good. So I'm going to add the oil. And then what's different about this recipe versus if you were doing like a dinner roll or a bread or some other yeasted dough is that there is orange juice in it, because these are orange cardamom cinnamon rolls. And we're going to also grind up some cardamom, which I really love, cardamom, and put that in there, but not too much because the kids will get mad about that. They'll say it's too spicy. So we're going to add the orange juice and the salt after this has come to life. Back to life. Back to reality, back to the here and now, yeah. Ooh, that was terrible. Well, anyway, it's just a Radio Jeopardy. What's happening here is whatever song comes to mind, I'm just going to sing it. And if you put it on the screen, I will also sing it. So, suggestions. All right, we're going to do our 4 tablespoons of coconut oil, extra virgin and raw. 3, 4. All right, so that's happening. And I can't remember whether we add the OJ now or if we add the flour now. Seems like we would add the OJ now. Me too, with the orange, yum, and cardamom, yes. Okay, so now that we know that this is alive and the yeast is happy and good, we can add the orange juice, which for a single recipe would be 1/2 a cup orange juice. So would be 1/2 cup almond milk, 2 tablespoons of water, warmed and heated, and then in the bowl with a tablespoon coconut oil, 1 packet of yeast, and 2 tablespoons melted raw coconut oil. When this all comes to life and is super happy, then you add the salt and the orange juice. I doubled it. So we're doing 1 cup of orange juice. So this, ideally with the spelt flour, and even though it's whole grain, in comparison to other cinnamon rolls, is pretty happy. Kids get excited about cinnamon rolls. You don't have to tell them that it's whole grain, that's healthy, that's vegan, anything, they're excited. You can add currants to it, you could add dried apples to it, and I can't wait to roll it out later and sprinkle it with sugar. And then cut them and let them rise again and then bake them off for you. And there's a glaze that goes with it as well that you can use powdered sugar. So this is happy, it's doing well. I'm gonna add the orange juice to it. And then ooh, the yeast is really happy about that orange juice. Okay. I wish I didn't have all these orange peels on my work surface here, but in the world of magical cooking shows where everything's already like, oh, look, here's one already ready. I baked it earlier. That's not happening. Okay, so I'm going to, now that I know that the yeast is fully alive, I'm going to start adding the flour. And wondering if I have a rubber spatula here. I do not. If you have a KitchenAid mixer, you would put the dough hook on your KitchenAid mixer. And you would just let the dough hook do all this work. But I am all about doing it, the old-fashioned way. We do it the old-fashioned way. We need it. And so I'm going to do that because it gives me time to goof out. So I have to add this flour to this hungry yeast. And this is about 5.5 cups of spelt and whole wheat flour. Flour really likes to eat all-purpose. Yeast really likes all-purpose or white flour. So to get it to rise with this kind of dense whole grain flour is always a mish. And sometimes I'll throw in a little bit of all-purpose flour just so that it has that little extra chew. It changes the texture a little bit. So if you want, you could do, if you want it to be fluffier and more close to traditional, you could do 3 cups spelt and 2.5 cups all-purpose if you want it to be, less whole grainy tasting. And hi Leilani, how are you? I miss you. I miss your face. I'm glad you're doing a live feed too. So good to see everybody out there putting out themselves so that we can see you, because I miss you, and everybody sharing their heart because we miss each other and we're lonely here as we're held up in our shelter in place, which I think we're on day 10. Are we on day 10? We're on day 10. It feels like 3 weeks or a month. It feels like a long time, and we've only just gotten started. It's like, oh my god. Okay, back to the flour. But I just keep thinking about how we have this time, if you have family around you and kids, to think about, to spend the time together that you would normally not get. And if you're by yourself, I think about when I used to live in my New York City apartment that was a studio apartment, and how would it be to be shelter in place if you're in your studio apartment with no friends and no family? I'd be going absolutely crazy and doing a lot of internal work. And anyway, we're going absolutely crazy being the 5 of us here. So as we're all facing all of our stuff together, I'm thinking about everybody all the time, and that this is a beautiful moment in humanity as we are all suffering, but we're all together. And this is getting a little bit tough, so I'm going to knead it by hand, which means I'm going to take off my ring, I think, and get into it, which is the fun part. I love to knead. Somehow the process of kneading dough, whether it's for rolls or it's for bread or whatever, if you're a bread baker, or actually I kind of really want the all-purpose. Would you mind handing me the all-purpose just a little bit, just so I can get a little bit of that in there? It's my magical assistant. Yes. Process of kneading your dough, whatever it's for, yeasted dough. It's always felt so good to me, like just an ancient thing. I'm gonna put a little bit of white flour in it. I'm so cheating. And knead it. And kneading, I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can get it down. Okay, so kneading, this is wet actually, so I'm gonna knead in some flour. It's all about rolling it over and then like this. You're making a, I hate to call it a diaper. It's like you're folding in the air. You're rolling it out and folding it in. And it's all about this part of your hands in the kneading process. As I bathe this little dough baby in white flour and gluten everywhere. I'm namely gluten-free, so it's funny. So it's funny that we're doing gluten-full right now, but it's what we have. It's got to work with what we have. So this little baby is going to go for about, I don't know, 5 minutes. 5 minutes until the texture kind of changes and it gets a little elastic. And then I am going to put the rest of the coconut oil in this bowl and get it a little greasy. And then we're going to throw the bread in there. I have so many songs running through my head right now. Can somebody just give me one? Whoo! I mean, I need to sing something. It's funny, when I go live, I have no idea what I want to sing or say. This is a new process for me, and it's exciting. It's exciting. Wait, the camera is only getting my cleavage. This is funny. Okay, so, hi. Okay, so this is still feeling really doughy to me. So if you're at 5½ cups, you can feel free to add about another ½ cup in there to until it gets to where it feels like it's holding together. And as you continue to knead it, the texture changes. Let me see, what do we want to call this? I want to say knead it for 5 minutes, or if you have the KitchenAid and you don't want to work these muscles out, throw it on the dough hook for 5 minutes. It needs to be a little bit elastic, and so you know that the yeast is happy and it's eating all this delicious gluten, and it gets a little spongy and bouncy. Ooh, I can smell that chicken soup cooking over there. So good. I got, you can buy chicken backs or a whole chicken or leg and thighs, and throw them in the pot with celery and onions and garlic and carrots, and I put oregano in there and bay leaves, and just let it boil and then simmer for a while, and throw some ginger in. Always put the ginger in, and then you have an excellent soup broth to work with, or just to drink, you know. And for those of you that are vegan, all the odds and ends of your vegetables, onions and garlic and celery and carrots. Boil it up and make a broth. We got nothing but time here on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it feels so good to say ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my kitchen. Let's see. I don't see anybody saying anything, but I see people watching. Hi, Karina. Oh my gosh. Hi, Karina. Hi. What are you doing? What are you up to? I mean, give me a song. I'm ready to knead and sing, same time. The singing chef. Okay, this is starting to feel very like, yeah, it's starting to come together. It's like as I add a little bit more of this delicious gluten-free, gluten-full flour, it's coming together. And yeah, it's feeling nice. It's getting a little bit tougher, and that's what you want. My magical assistant is filming this from the side. Thank you. My kitchen has turned into a production kitchen. It's pretty fun. I always wanted to do this, so it's amazing that it's finally happening and that we can get the kids to mellow out and watch a movie because Mommy's filming her show. And so, all right, this feels pretty good. You don't want to knead it too much because then you break down all the good stuff in there. What would we call that? The gluten. And now it feels sticky and it's ready. It's ready to rise. So in bread or in yeasted rolls or anything that is requiring kneading and it is going to rise, you usually put a little oil in the bowl. Is this really ready? Yeah, I'm punching it and it's very slowly coming up. And also feel like I could knead it some more though. This feels so good. I don't know. Could be that edible. I don't know. Could be. Yeah, it was thirsty for some gluten. There it is. Okay. I think I needed it. I don't even know about this lighting. Okay. So, here's my little dough baby. A little dough baby into the bowl for you. And upside down first. Let's get this in the shot. So the oil is on top. Flip it over. A lot of oil all around the bowl. I think I probably put about like a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons in here. And this is the bowl that we used before, so it's going to stick to the sides, I think. Here. You would use a clean bowl. Actually, it's ideal to use a clean bowl, but we're breaking all the rules, so see what happens here. Just don't want it to stick to the sides. Then this is going to rise, this nice little dough baby here is going to rise for about 45 minutes or until it's doubled in size. So it's going to be above the bowl. I'm going to show you what it looks like. We'll come back on. I'll show you what it looks like. It's all fluffy. And then we'll punch it down. Hi, Kalai. And then roll it out. I'm going to roast some cardamom. And we'll use the mortar and pestle, which is like dying to be used. And do cardamom coconut sugar with orange rind. And layer this sweet dough baby up. And roll it out. And then make some cinnamon rolls for the kids who are anticipating this thing. So you can put a towel, any kind of kitchen towel that's sort of moist if you can. Doesn't matter really too much. And then let this rise for 45 minutes to an hour in a warm place. So it could be by your oven if you have your oven preheating, or I have some chicken soup on the stove, so I'm gonna put it over there. Oh, there's my magical assistant panning over. And it's staying warm, so it's gonna rise. Perfect. Oh, I like this angle. And in the meantime, while we're waiting for our dough to rise, and we're waiting for this fabulous broth that I'm making here to finish cooking. God, oh, some things, there is nothing better than the smell of fresh baked oven bread and chicken soup on the stove. And Kalai says kisses to you as well. I am looking for comments of what to sing or what to make. I need some input from you guys as to what you would like me to show you. And, you know, immune boosting recipes. I'm into pastry 24/7, but I'm willing to make anything. And I'm looking for suggestions. Anybody? Shoot. Nobody's coming up with a song. Okay. Well, I think what we could do is come back in just a little bit and... Oh, Dolly. No. No Dolly Parton today. She says what? In 5. In 45. Come back in 90. 95. 9, 5. 9:45? 9:45?
9.
92.
2. 9 to 5.
Oh my goodness, 9:25.
No.
Oh, I'm gonna love you, come rain or shine. Actually, I don't know all the words to that song. Give me another Frank Sinatra tune.
Dolly Parton, 9 to 5.
Oh, she wanted me to sing 9 to 5. Oh. God, I feel so faded. I'm worried I'm gonna mess up the lyrics to that.
First.
No, I can't pull it. Jump out of bed and puffing out on the street. The traffic is jumping. Leslie, I need you right now. Yeah, that would be a really good one. I could hit the chorus, or I could have another beer and come back. I don't even know. You guys are waiting to find out what happens with my dough baby. She's looking good. Jesus, the dough baby. Oh, it's a nighttime show. He hit me with a Frank Sinatra song that I'm not ready for. How about, you'd be so nice to come home to. You'd be so nice by the fire with the breeze on high. Sang a lullaby. You'd be all that I could desire. Under stars chilled by the winter, under an August moon burning above, you'd be so nice, you'd be paradise to come home to and love. There's a Frank Sinatra one, I think, right? Your dough, baby. I know, that's what I'm saying. I hope I can make some dough, baby. I don't even know. All I know is that my car broke down. I lost my job. And we can't leave. So I'm thinking about becoming a country western singer. Yeah. What do you think about that? She's got a bun in the oven. Oh, no. Oh, no. I do not have any buns in the oven. I'm going to tell you, there is 0 chance I got buns in the oven. Hell no. In fact, no more buns in the oven. Jenna, you got me with that one. What am I going to do? I got dough on my hands. I mean, I still have dough on my hands. And my favorite singer of all time is watching. And I have these old nails on that I can't get taken off. So it's really hard to make a chord now, 'cause my nails are too long. And I'm getting a little twisted in my kitchen, 'cause I'm on day 10 Baby, just listen. I'm on day 10. Cinnamon buns. Oh, sing about my cinnamon buns? That was a really good idea. Oh, it's so twangy. My buns are in the oven. No, they're not in the oven yet. What do you? Oh my God! This is where we could cut, and it would be edited out. Pull me right out of here. Magical assistant. What do you think? How? Wait, he's gonna play me a dancing song? Oh, I don't know just what to say, but I'm like you. I'm so confused. I'm not sure where to stand, but I feel all the pain inside my heart. Though we're not together, oh, we're not apart. Day 10. No, I don't play lefty. You hear these nails? Because I can't get them taken off. Oh, no, 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 no. How's my dough? Oh, it's rising. Oh my God, but it's so hard to play with these gel dip polished nails that are so freaking long, because it's been too long since I've been to the salon. That's a good deal. That's the truth. You know, we're gonna come out of this with like roots and nails and looking all ready to get touched up. And she says, I play lefty, Dad, I play lefty. So while we're waiting for, look at my dough baby is already rising so much. It's gonna look so sexy when we roll it out. It's gonna take another 30. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back in 30 and show you what this looks like and roll it out and sprinkle it with sugar, cut it, let it rise again, and bake it off. And by that time, hopefully we'll have the soup in action. And yeah, to everybody out there, I am so happy to see your faces when you put up your live feed or when you put up your posts and show us pictures, because I'm missing my family and friends, and I can't wait until this is over. But until then, all of my love, all my love, all my kisses, all my recipes, all my silliness to you. And I hope that I can do something that entertains your day or makes you laugh or something in the midst of this. And I miss you too, yes. But I hope that spending this time together just a little bit helps in some way. And so, oh, random kitchen dancing. Oh, so my magical assistant has put on a song.
Outro.
Yeah, this is my outro. I decided that this is my outro, okay? Okay, get ready for it. Because it's playing is so twangy with these.
Promise that you won't want to get off. You're horny. Let's do it.
Fresh oregano. I just want to let you know that oregano is really powerful for your immune system as well. And if you have an oregano bush, you can pick a bunch of it, put it in a mason jar with water, let it sit, cold press it, put it in your fridge, and you can do shots of cold pressed oregano water, which is really powerful. Because how much oregano can you really put into your body? I mean, oil of oregano is so strong, and we know that it's an ancient medicine, but this is a way to drink it regularly that tastes good, is cold pressed oregano water. So if you happen to have a bush, get some. And I have a couple bushes, so that sounds terrible. Servy! I can give you a bunch of oregano.
My saddle waiting.
This is the acoustic version. You couldn't give me the real version? It's still good? Still good.
Riding my pony.
Can we all have like a dance party together? I miss dancing. Oh, she's looking good. Look at this. Okay, she's already gotten a little bit bigger.
I was like 9 years old.
Okay, my magical assistant was playing one of my favorites, but he can't find the one that's more of a dance tune. There seems to be many versions of this. I think I have to come back and show you what it looks like and roll it out on camera in just a little bit. Will you guys watch? Will you tune in to see this? You see all these cute pictures behind me of the drawings of the children? Is this adorable? Can you get me the right version so we can roll out with it? I feel like I'm just hanging with my peeps. But actually, this is going on forever. Forever. It doesn't even tell me. It just tells me that, it tells me who's watching, okay? He can't get it. Doesn't matter. Should probably think of the songs that I want to sing in advance before I get up here. But actually, it really doesn't matter anymore.